All right, so let's talk about how to make some image rollovers. What I have already prepared for you guys, it's a folder, Image Practice 1, and in it another folder called Images. And I have 3 images in here saved in 3 different ways. So I have them saved as a large, as an over, and a small. So large, small, over. So all of them have kind of the same naming convention. Now I'm going to open up Dreamweaver. And I'm going to go to Site, New Site. I will call it Image Practice 1. And I will browse to that folder. And select the folder and hit Save. Okay, so now the first thing I need to do is create a new file. So I right click and I say New File, and I will call this Home. And let's open that up. So now we are going to do just a basic setup of a div with an ID of container. And then we're going to put another one in it that we're going to call main. Okay, so I have my 2 divs set up. I click over to here and I see my outline if I am in the design view. Make sure you're in the design view. And now I'm going to open up my images folder, and I'm going to take the version of each image that says small, that's my thumbnail, and I'm going to drag it into my div box. Okay, so now the next thing is I need to decide how large I should make my div. And I would do that by clicking on each image and looking at the width, 270, add on 300, add on 213. All right, so I could add all of that up and then think, how much padding do I want to have in between each image? So if I wanted to have 5 pixels of padding in between on the left and on the right, that would be a total of 30 pixels. So I know that my total is going to equal 813 pixels once I add up the widths of all my images, and then I add in the 30 pixels to account for the padding. So I'm going to set my container up to be that width, and then I'm going to write a style that's going to target my images within the main and give that a padding of 5 pixels on the left and the right. Okay, and now I have that set up. I can save it and I can preview it in a browser window. And there they are in a line. Next thing would be to put my margins left and margin right to auto. And that will center it. So I can save that and just refresh this page. There it is. Okay, so now it's in the center. So our goal is going to be that when I hover over each one of these images, I get a rollover image. By the way, if you find that your images don't all fit into this at 813 pixels, make sure that when you put them in, there's absolutely no space here in the code between your images. So I'll just extend this out so you can see, or I'll just go to all to code view. You want to absolutely make sure that nothing was brought down to another line. So make sure that when one image closes, the other one starts. All right. If it comes down on another line, that is going to end up actually adding space. All right. So now that we have this set up, let's talk about how we can make the rollovers. So I need to have another window open that's called Behaviors. So I go up to Window and I choose Behavior and select the first image you want to work on. So I'm going to click on this one. And if I forget what it's called, I can go down to my Properties Inspector and I can see it's 1995. Then in my behaviors panel, I'm going to click on the add behavior, and I'm going to go down to where it says swap image. And I'm going to where it says set source to, browse, go into my image folder, and look for the version that says 1995, because that's the image I'm on, over, and hit OK. And then hit OK again. And we see here in the behaviors panel, it added 2 lines of text. And it added a whole bunch of code here on my website. This is all JavaScript that Dreamweaver added for us. And what this is saying here is swap image on mouse over. And when the mouse goes out, swap image restore. So bring it back to the original image. Let's just save our page and check to see if this one is working. I'll refresh this. So when I put my mouse over this one, it's now swapping to my new image, and when I take the mouse out, it restores it. So let's set up the other 2. Again, I click on the image, I go to the plus sign, swap image, browse for the image I want to swap to. I can always check if I forget the name. This is 2011. I want to go to 2011 over. It's called 2011 small over. Click OK. Click OK. Do the next image. Click on this one. Check its name. Band small. OK. Plus sign. Swap image. Browse. Band small over. Click OK. Click OK. Save it and check it out in the browser window. And here we go. All right, so that's the first step in setting up our rollovers. A lot of it's actually just done in Photoshop.